Are we
Yeah.
live already? Okay. I'm always looking for that button live. Hi, everyone. My name is Melissa, and I have here Balkisu again. We missed you last week, last Saturday, because of the observance of Holy Week. Yes, we are here on our podcast, Stepping Out in Faith. Every time that we come on stage, we really try our best to share our experiences and insight and be an instrument to share you what our journey is. Stepping out in faith, it is faith is the word that we are holding on for because we did not put in stepping out in fear, right?
Yeah,
Uh, then
exactly.
we always have that faith that is also always what we needed every day. So yeah, welcome again for another episode. And today, actually, both Balkisu and I, we are going to discuss what we miss being an employee and what we don't miss, and what how are we doing now being our own, being an entrepreneur. So Balkisu, like, what are we going to discuss today? I know you have image,
Absolutely.
a
Yes,
screen to share,
absolutely.
right?
It's a pleasure just to have you all here. We missed you all last week, but yeah, just as Melissa said, we're thankful that we're here today again. So the topic of this discussion is just about the mindset as a whole, employee versus employer. And here we are, just
Employer mindset.
right here. Where did you go?
There you
Okay,
go.
this
There's the
is it.
employee.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Okay, employee and entrepreneur's mindset. This is not ours, but this is actually a part of our journey. We got it from this article here that you see on the screen is adapted to Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki is the author of Rich Dad's Poor Dads. Is that right?
Yes, that's
Right?
right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Well, me, I am an employee for almost 20 years. That is, you can calculate my age there, but please don't. But yes, I am an
I know.
employee for I am an employee for 20 years. Balkiso, how long you been an employee?
Oh, stop it. Now people are going to start counting my age
I
and
know,
do
right? Yes.
calculation. For a very long time, I'll say.
Well, it's wiser, right? They said it's not getting old, we're getting wiser.
Exactly. With all the
We're
gray
getting
hair here and there. Yeah.
yes, that's true. Okay, I become an employer or an entrepreneur only recently when we
Hmm.
acquire the restaurant. The excitement is there because it's a new venture for us, but we didn't realize as an entrepreneur there's actually few challenges. As an employee, we are secured because every not exactly secured because now that we have seen all the changes in the world, right? Even though you have a perfect plan, you'd know something is going to happen that is not under your control, just like the pandemic. I know, even if you are an employee and you think you are secure, um, there are some things that's still going to happen. Actually, it will be affected whether you're an employee or an entrepreneur. But the freedom, because I'm reading at the screen, it's security versus freedom, right? The freedom that I am saying is like here at the restaurant and or at the digital business, I can work anytime at my at own pace. The restaurant, again, I could come anytime I want because we are the boss. Balkiso, for
Absolutely.
your for the next one.
Yeah, steady paycheck. It's that comfortability. I know many of us will say you go to school, you get your degree, and you get a job that pays a really great, lucrative salary, right? So
Mhm.
the job itself, you have a paycheck. You know that it's coming every day. You're guaranteed. Guaranteed. I
Yes.
say guaranteed just as we say because no job is
Oo,
secured at the
yes.
same time, right? Whilst
Mhm.
if I, as an entrepreneur, which I just became about 2 years ago, I'm not banking on a paycheck to paycheck. I'm banking on building wealth for myself. Building
Nice.
wealth, it means that it's something that not only I myself can enjoy, but it's something that I can pass on to my generations born and yet unborn, right? And it's something that I
Mhm.
can use to help others who are in need. It's something that I can use to further the vision that I have, not only for myself, but to support things that I'm passionate about. The
Nice.
paycheck, the salary of a employee. I know we talk about employee, but the salary of an employee sometimes is not sufficient for me to do the things that I want to do.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's not even enough to pay the bills that I want to pay,
Yeah.
right? And at the end of
Yes.
the day, you're going into uh, debt. You're going into other issues, stress because you cannot pay your bills. When if I am able to build wealth, where there's this saying that it just comes to mind. So the rich becomes right.
Yep.
If you build wealth, all you can go is higher and higher. In most cases, if you're able to manage it well, because if you see all the celebrities, if you see all these high-ranking people, when there are events that are happening in different areas, who did they call? Would they come call you? No. They call these same people who are already recognized in
Yeah.
certain
Yes.
shows. So the rich becomes
Yes.
richer. And
Mhm.
as an employee, it's hard for you to be able to, it is possible. I'm not taking it out of the equation. It
Yes.
is possible, but it is harder for you to get
Mhm.
to that level you want for yourself as opposed to when you are an entrepreneur.
Yep, you're right. I
Mhm.
agree on that. The next one is the as an employee dependence. Of course, me as an employee before, like I said, for many years, I actually depend on the higher ups to give me what I should do, to give me tasks. I'm just waiting there. And then of course I cannot make decision even though let's say I have an idea. I am not in charge to make it happen because I should be only depending on them because I am an employee. But now that I am an entrepreneur, the independence is there. Make my own decision, be accountable, be accountable because if you are an employee and you play, they said right when you started pointing others, you're not accountable. Meaning to say, you if you have a problem, they cannot depend on you because you're still pointing it to others. But if you become unaccountable, you know for
Yes,
yourself that when there is a problem, you will find ways to solve it. So, being an entrepreneur, the independence is there. It will build you up as a person. The challenges that you are encountering into your own company that will build you independence, confidence, and independence. Independence, you are the one who's creating your task because you know that the company is depending on you. You are the boss. You are your own CEO. So you make this task instead of being an employee, you're just waiting there, right? That's one
absolutely.
difference too.
You,
Yeah,
you, you
another
know,
one, Balkisu. Yes,
yeah, absolutely. I'm looking at the next point here, making your own
yes,
rules. Who doesn't want to make their own rules?
yes, yes. I didn't see that. Yes, yes,
Right?
exactly.
I want to make
Yes.
my own rules because
Mm-hmm.
when you are working for somebody else, you have to go by the rules, their regulations.
Mm-hmm.
When you start, when you end work, when you take
Mm-hmm.
your vacation, every single thing. That's their policy, and you have to follow. If you don't want it, then you have to leave. But
Yes.
when you have the control, you also talk about control. Independence is control. Likewise, making your own rules is control, right? You have
Mm-hmm.
that in your grasp. You are able to make the rules for yourself. when you
Yes.
work,
Yes.
how you work, where you work. And that's
Yep.
what being an entrepreneur helps you to do. And when you have that, when you have a taste of that, come on, you know that, you know what, this is what I want to do. And
Mhm.
you don't want to change that. You don't want to go back. It's almost like,
Yes.
some people, oh, this is going to be a little bit gross. I hope people don't. But it's like you vomiting and then you eating in back up, right?
Oh,
So
yes.
think about it that way is when you have taste of something that's good, why would you want to,
Yes. Yes, you're right.
right?
Yes, yes,
So
I agree.
yeah, maybe you might want to hit on the next one again.
Yes, okay. The next one is fit into the culture of the organization. That is being an employee and an entrepreneur. Determine your culture. Um, Fitting into the culture of the organization. Sometimes, if you are an employee, you actually don't have a choice but to follow whatever is the company doing, right? But when you are an entrepreneur, you have to determine what your culture is. It To me, it will just falls on your values. Culture is different, but values is different. But to me, I believe even branding. Um, if somebody asks, let's say here at the restaurant, they will ask me that this product is this like that. Am I happy to have that product because that will be my brand?
Mm,
So if that falls into your values and into your culture, then study about it, then you could apply it. But if you are an employee, actually you don't have a choice. You
no.
have to fit in. Yeah, you don't have that option that you have to determine what makes you happy. If you are an employee, most of the time you actually don't have any choice,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Absolutely. It's like you do. If you don't like it, you're right. It's a choice. And that is what
Exactly.
brings, that could bring like stress and not kind of fulfillment within your job, right? Because
Yes.
you're doing it just because so that you can earn that pay. Which brings us to the next point here, complain about problems of the organization. So because you're
Mhm.
stressful and it's not within your value and it's not something that you really enjoy, it doesn't give you that kind of satisfaction.
Mhm.
You're always
Yes.
complaining. You're seeing problems
Mhm.
in every little things, right? Because it doesn't fit you. It doesn't mean that you are not good enough. It just means that
Yes.
you're not fit for that particular
Mm.
position or you're not fit for the culture within that company.
Yes. Yes.
When you are an entrepreneur, as I was mentioning earlier on our earlier conversation before we went on live, I always say you are building wealth, right? And whatever it is, each and every one of us, I believe, has a talent. We have a
Mhm.
gift, and sometimes it's just untapped. Whatever
Yes.
it is you find easy to do and you love doing and you're passionate about, that is your gift. And you being an entrepreneur allows you to explore most of that because you now
Mhm.
have the flexibility, the freedom. You have the wealth that you're building. You can make your own rules, and you're able to know what you're passionate about, and work towards that to make your dreams a reality.
Mhm.
And that kind of feeling, like I tell people, that kind of feeling, I cannot trade it. I cannot
Yes.
trade it.
Yes.
To impact others based on my own rules, impact others positively because there's a negative part of it, but impact others positively in the world. Why would I want to stay being an employee if I have a bigger
Mhm.
vision and a bigger
Yes.
passion than
Yes. Yeah, I agree on that. Let's admit it, right? It's difficult actually to find something that you love, especially when you are young. I mean, it's difficult to really find because you're still confused. There will be coming into your age that you're still confused on what you're really passionate about.
absolutely.
right? It's hard to discover. That's why when you still don't know anything, try, take a risk. I mean, this is what, if you are just a newly graduate, you don't know anything, be an
Mhm.
employee. Yes, be an employee, educate yourself, skills yourself, but try to figure out along the way what you are passionate about. Because, have you come to a point when you are an employee and it's so difficult to wake up in the morning, dress up because you are going into this work? But there is also a time that, let's say, you are on the computer, you're working, and then somebody will come here disturbing you, and you don't want them to disturb you because you're enjoying what you are doing. So it's a little difficult. Like I said, we are encouraging everyone to like find your passion, be an
Mhm.
entrepreneur. This is being an entrepreneur is actually not easy.
Mhm.
No one tells you that it's going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it.
Absolutely. I
Okay.
love that. I love that. No one tells you that it's going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. That is
Yes.
such a insightful phrase there, because sometimes people think that things are going to be easy, right? Like, oh, A, B, I want A, B, and C, and I want A plus B, and then I get C.
Mhm.
No, we need to put in the work. And when we're talking about employee, my daughter might have all the kids, and they asked me, what should I do in terms of career when I grow up? You know, the one thing that
Yeah.
I say,
Yeah.
do something that you're passionate about, that when you wake up in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
joy to go to it. It's important. You spend most of your time at the workplace. If you're not happy, means most of the time you're not happy in your life. And it's not worth it. Life is too short. So
Yes, life is too short. That's right.
life
Life
is
is
too short.
too short. Just
Yeah.
be happy. It's a little tough because kids right now is, how to say that, they are more vulnerable because of social media. But if you are going to bring them up and let them know that they are enough,
Hmm.
they will never feel insecure and they will never need validation from anyone because you are confident that
Absolutely.
be right, that being
Mhm.
you is enough,
Absolutely.
right?
And
Just
yeah, absolutely. And just as we're saying here, this just breaks it down for me personally. I'll just show it here on the screen, as we can see. We get to write our own stories, you know. And what is your story for yourself? It's not going to be my story. Your story is going
mhm.
to be your story. My story is going to be.
Yes,
And that's the uniqueness
yes,
of who we are as individuals.
yes,
So write your story for yourself. Take the decision that is going to help you and your family and your loved ones, that is going to change your life forever. Think about it. Do you want to be an employee or do you want to be an employer? That is a decision
yes.
you can make. So
Mhm.
just like Nicole is saying here, so the fact that I get to write and direct my own story is the amazing thing. So you are the pilot of the ship. What you do with
That-
it is up to you.
that's right. That's right. It's actually nice that you have your own life, not depend. It's nice to realize that no one is going to dictate what your story about, but it's just you, right? Every little things
Absolutely.
that you make, the decision is always on
Mhm.
you. I mean, you have your partner, but this is you. Like, this decide for yourself. Let's say, this is not a little out of topic, but because there are some, like, especially young ones, they said, whatever their decision is was never approved by their parents or someone
Mhm.
they love. So what or how are you going to deal with it? Like we
Absolutely.
said, this is your life. But then the only reason that I am seeing your loved ones is against on what you are doing because they want to see how committed are you going to be, because your loved ones doesn't want to see you fail.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are going to prove to them that you can really do it and you will become successful with it, they'll be more happy. The only reason why they are like pushing you back is because they are afraid and they don't want to see you fail. But if you come back and then show them that I did it, right? Just like,
Yeah,
yeah, I did it, and then they'll be happy for you. They are the first one who definitely going to cheer for you.
absolutely. So I will just say, it can be, this can be a really deep conversation that we can go into into further. But we just want to speak to those that are out there, and I'm speaking to my Sierra Leonean brothers and sisters. They under, they listen to we all intend so. You get for write your own story wey fit you self, not to waiting you be don't, yeah, waiting you don't go through na part of your story, but you can change your story. If na something where you not be don't do before, you want for do and now, you get for take action, you take the step. Do something better for yourself this year, where your future self go glad you for. Try and do that. And make sure that everything that you do is intentional to make the change for yourself and your family. Over to you, Melis.
Nice. Yes, sa akin naman, I'm going to speak this on my language. Okay, sa akin, malaki ang itulong ng pagiging sarili kong entrepreneur. Sabi nga nila, choose your heart. Of course, mahirap maging empleyado. Mahirap din maging ikaw ang amo kasi nasa iyo ang responsibility lahat. Ikaw ang mag-handle nun. Kaya lang, piliin mo kung ano yung mahirap. Mahirap din naman ang 9 to 5, mahirap ang pagiging boss. Pero mamili ka, yung mga muhan ka or ikaw ang magdedesisyon para sa sarili mo. Yun lang. It's tough to be your own boss. It's difficult to work 9 to 5, so you just choose your heart. Okay, so any last words?
Yeah, I think you've said it all. Like, just do you, do
Yes,
you,
just do
believe in
you.
yourself. Just do you. Yeah, if you
Do
have
you?
that thing within your gut, we say the gut feeling. If you have that thing within you that yes, I need to do something, act on it and move. Don't be
Yes,
stagnant.
that's right. Don't be stagnant. That's a perfect that's a perfect statement to wrap this up, right? Don't be stagnant there. Wake up, people, because we want you to see what we have seen on this business, on this journey. That's the reason why we are still here. I mean, we have a free webinar that you could register and get access into if you wanted to know what we are doing. Like, it's a good business to me aside from the traditional business that we have because I've seen my potential. I mean, I've been settling down as a
Absolutely.
mom. Yes, I settled as a mom. I said I'm going to focus on my family and into our business. But after knowing this business, that is actually my aha moment. Like, Melissa can still do something.
Absolutely.
So exactly. So register on Balkisu's page or on my page or send us DM and then we are actually happy to help. Balkisu, yes, something.
Yep. Take action, take action, take action.
Take that lip.
Until then, until next week, thank you so much for your time. Good
Thank
morning, good
you. Thank
afternoon,
you.
and see
God
you all
bless us,
soon.
everyone. Thank
God
you.
bless you. Bye now.